Hello friends, now in this lecture we'll start new chapter, that is algebraic identities and algebraic expressions. Okay, so we'll start this chapter with some of the identities. Some of the identities you have already in your previous classes. We'll cover those as well as we'll see the new identities, and then we'll proceed in the chapter. So very first identity, that is a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Some also remember this as a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, however, this identity you must remember, mug it up in a very well manner, but still I'll explain that how you can remember is in a easier way. See, first of all, you understand a plus b whole square means what? See, square means you have to multiply that quantity with itself. That means you have to multiply that quantity a plus b with itself one time. That is a plus b multiplied by a plus b. Now, I hope you know the binomial to binomial multiplication. So here, actually this a should multiplied with a plus b, then this plus b should multiplied with a plus b. So this gives you a into a, that is a square, this a into b, that is plus ab plus ba. See, b multiplied by a is ba. So either I write ba or I write ab is the same thing, and finally over here b into b, that is b square. So a square plus 2ab plus b square, or if you write a square plus b square plus 2ab is the same thing. Now simply you can see this square comes on the first, so a square, then this square comes on the second quantity, so b square, and then this 2 comes over here, 2 into a, and instead of this plus I have to multiply, so 2ab. That way you can remember this identity. So in the similar way you have to remember the next identity, that is a minus b whole square. So next identity that you need is a minus b whole square. So a square plus b square minus 2ab. So instead of plus 2ab, here you have to write minus 2ab. So again this I can say this 2 comes over here, so a square plus 2 comes over here, so b square, and 2 comes over here, so 2 into a into minus b, that is minus 2ab. Now the third that you need is a plus b multiplied by a minus b. That means we can say product of sum of two quantities and difference of two quantities. So this gives you a square minus b square. You have to mug up these identities in a very well manner. Okay, now if we move according to your book, so in first exercise they give this identity only, but I'll give you first all the identities and then we'll move according to the book. So fourth identity that you need is a plus b plus c whole square. Okay, now here a plus b plus c whole square is this, so we can find its expanded form using this as well. So let us see how to get its expanded form. It's not that much difficult. See, you have to mug up the final result only, but I'll give you how I got that actually. So see, this can be written as a plus b plus c whole square. Okay, I wrote the same thing in a little bit different manner. Now this complete quantity I'll consider as a, and this complete quantity I'll consider as b. So this I say a b whole square, and I know a plus b whole square is a square, that means square of this, plus b square, that is square of this, plus 2 into a, that is this, and b. Okay, so square of first quantity plus square of second quantity plus 2 into product of those two quantities. A plus B is considered as the one quantity and C is a separate quantity. Now again over here I can apply A plus B whole square. So this will become A square plus B square plus 2AB. Now this C square I do write as it is. Now over here if I multiply, see this is 2 into C. If I take this C over here, so this is 2C into A and 2C into B. So that is 2AC plus 2BC. Okay, now we have A square plus B square plus C square. Now I am writing them in a particular order, keeping this thing in mind that in alphabetic order ABC and the powers having, then twice of AB, then twice of BC, then twice of CA. So this is the result that you have to remember. A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2CA. Okay, so up till this you can note it down. See, remember you have to mug up only this. No need to mug it up this. Okay, only final result you have to mug it up. So note down to this point, and then we'll see some questions based on these identities, and then we'll move further. Okay, so now we'll see some questions on these, but before that, one more thing that we should discuss. See, we discussed over here one identity, that is A plus B plus C whole square. Okay, identity was A plus B plus C whole square, and its expanded form is A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2CA. Now see here, these three terms A, B, C, all three have positive sign. For a while, suppose I make this negative, this positive, or this negative, this positive, or both negative. So by making the changes in the sign, there are 7 different variation are also there. But no need to remember the identities of all 7 versions. Just we will discuss that just by remembering this, it is possible to remember remaining 7. So first I am taking this A positive, then B negative and C negative. Okay, let it positive. Okay, then let me say this plus, this B and this minus. Okay, then this minus A plus B minus A. So there are some more versions are there, but we will discuss this much. With the help of this, you will get an idea that how to remember the identity of these expressions with the help of this only. Okay, see here we have A square plus B square plus C square plus 2 into A into B, 2BC, 2C. Now suppose I have to write the identity of this. So only thing what I have to do, I have to apply the same identity. The only difference that wherever I have to take A, B, C, I will take with its sign. For example here A square, so A is positive, so I do write like this, plus A square, then minus B square, then plus C square, whatever its sign I do write with that only, plus 2 into, at the place of A, positive A, at the place of B, minus B. Okay, then plus 2 into, at the place of B, minus B, at the place of C, plus C, 2 into plus C plus A. Now let me remove this for a while. Now this positive a square, so a square. So even though if it is minus sign, it will be remain a square only, because square of negative is always positive. Similarly over here, see, minus b square, that is minus b multiplied by minus b, so this will again will b square. Here it will be c square. It means first three terms in all the versions always remain positive, whether the term is negative or positive, because here we are making their squares, and square of positive is positive as well as square of negative term is also positive. Now over here, this a is positive, b is negative, so if you multiply these three, you will get minus 2ab. Over here you will get minus 2bc, and over here you will get 2ac or ca. So here b was negative, so wherever b will come in the multiplication other than first three terms, those terms will be negative. So here I have to write 2ab. So simply I will do in this way: 2 into a into minus b, so minus 2ab. Then 2 into b into c, so minus 2bc, because of this minus sign. And these two are positive, so this will remain plus 2ac. Okay, so no need to mug it up separately. You have to find the expansion of this type of expression using this expression. Okay, let us see the next one. Suppose if I take here plus b and here minus c square. So now I won't write this type of statement. I directly write this square of first. I know it must be a square, b square. Now at the place of c square, if you make it minus c square, ultimately it will become c square only. Now 2 into first and second, 2 into first and second, that is both are positive, so plus 2ab. 2 into second and third, so this is positive, this is negative, so 2, here it will become minus 2bc. Then 2 into first and last, again minus 2ac, isn't it? So this is the expansion of this one. Now let us take one more, a minus b minus c whole square. Okay, again square of first, that is a square, plus square of minus b. So whether you square the minus b or you square the plus b, it remains b square only. So b square plus c square. As I told you, first three terms always remains positive. These signs will be positive. Now fourth term, 2 into a into b, but this is negative, so I can say 2 into positive into negative, so minus 2ab. Then 2 into b into c, and now both are negative, so 2 into minus b minus c, 2 times minus sign is there, so ultimately it will become plus 2bc. Then 2 into a into minus c, so again minus 2ac. So in this way we can find the different variation of this one formula. But again I am telling you that you have to remember the first one only, and remaining all you can find just by changing the sign. Okay, so if you want to note it down, please note it down, then we'll see questions based on this finally. Okay, so now we'll start questions on this. So very first question, that expand each of the following. Okay, very first question is expand each of the following, and this I am taking from page number 110. Okay, example number 1, page 110, example 1. Expand each of the following. In this first one, okay, first one I am not doing, I am finding it a little bit easier. I will solve second one and third one for you. Okay, so second one is root 2x plus 3y whole square. 3y whole square. Okay, we have to expand this. So here square is there, positive sign is there. So very first thing that should come in your mind, that here we have to use the identity of a plus b whole square. So if I use that identity a plus b whole square, so here this is a, this root 2x is a and this 3y is b. So if I apply the identity, identity says a plus b whole square is equal to a square, that is root 2x square, plus b square, that is 3y whole square, plus 2 into a into b. Okay, using the identity a plus b whole square, we can write this. Now we have to simplify it further. Now root 2x whole square, so root 2 square is 2 and x square remains x square. 3 square is 9, y square remains y square. Over here 2 into 3 into root 2 will multiply the like term, that means numeric will multiply separately and alphabets or constants, variables will multiply separately. So 2 into 3 into root 2, that is 6 root 2 and xy. So this is the final answer. Here I use the identity, so it's better to write that identity a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. If you want to write a square plus 2ab plus b square, then also it is okay. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Now similarly we'll solve the third one. Okay, x upon 3 minus y upon 2 whole square. X upon 3 minus y upon 2 whole square. So here again you have to apply the identity of a minus b whole square. In the first it was a plus b whole square, over here it is a minus b whole square. There is only difference between these two identity, that instead of plus 2ab, here I do write minus 2ab. So again a square, that is x by 3 whole square, plus b square, that is y by 2 whole square, minus 2ab, 2 into a into b. So this will become x square upon 9 plus y square by 4. Now here we can simplify this, 2 and 2 we can cancel. So xy upon 3 minus xy divided by 3, and here the identity I used is a minus b whole square, that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Still I am giving you some time so that you can note it down, and then we'll come to the next question. So now we'll see the next question. Okay, on the same page number, example number 3. Okay, question is find the product. Okay, in this first one, it is x plus 1, sorry, x plus 1 upon x minus 1 upon x square minus 1 upon x square, sorry, x square plus 1 upon x square, x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4, and so on. Here I can take one more term, that is x raised to 8 plus 1 upon x raised to 8, then x raised to 16 plus 1 upon x raised to 16, and so on. So I'm making little bit change over here. Instead of that, I'm taking this. Okay, so now we have to multiply this. Definitely we won't multiply term to term, because if we do so, it will take too much time. So we have to think about identities. So if you observe these two, you can say this is something like this: sum of two quantities and difference of two quantities, isn't it? And those two quantities are same. That means it is a plus b, a minus b. And whenever we have the identity a plus b into a minus b, we can say it should be equal to a square minus b square. So here I will get x square minus 1 upon x square. Okay, product of these two, and this remains as it is. This I can say third term, then fourth term, and the fifth term that I included as an extra remains as it is. Okay, now what? Now again, if you observe these two, it is a minus b, a plus b. That is, this is sum of two quantities. Sorry, this is difference of two quantities. This is sum of two quantities. As well as quantities are same, so their product gives you a square minus b square. That is x raised to 4 minus 1 upon x raised to 4. Okay, here I have x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4, and over here okay, now here again I can say it is a square minus b square. So this raised to 2, that is its a square will be okay, and here this I do write as it is. I forgot to write. Okay, again I can say this is a minus b, a plus b, that is square of this minus square of this. So when I square this, see, when I say square of this, it means I am not squaring this, I am writing in this way: a square minus b square. Okay, and power to power, so power will multiply. So here it will become x raised to 8 minus 1 upon x raised to 8. Okay, and here x raised to 8 plus 1 upon x raised to 8 is already there. So again, by applying the same thing, here I do get x raised to 16. X raised to 16 minus 1 upon x raised to 16. So this is the final answer. And here I include my own to make it little bit different. Okay, so note it down, then we'll come to the next question. Okay, so now we'll see the next one. Okay, now example 3, it's third one. Second one is for your homework. Third one will see x by 2 minus 5 upon minus y upon 5 minus 1 multiplied by x by 2 plus y upon 5 plus 1. Okay, so you have to multiply these two. Again I am repeating, definitely not by term to term. You are not allowed to multiply in this way, that you multiply x by 2 with all of these, then minus y upon 5 with all of these, and then minus 1 with all of these. That is not allowed. You have to multiply using identities. So think for a while and then I will give you its solution. Okay, let us see. See, we do not have any identity like a plus b plus c into a plus b plus c. So definitely we have to convert them, the given expression, in such a way so that we can apply an identity. So let us see how to do so. Okay, so x by 2, now if I take minus sign common, this will become y by 5 plus 1, isn't it? And over here, if this remains as it is, okay, just I took minus sign common, so here y upon 5 plus 1, and here this is as it is. Now if you observe carefully, this complete quantity is a, and this whole quantity is b, and sign between them is minus, and over here again this is a and this is b, and sign between them is plus. So now again, if you remember, this is a minus b into a plus b, which is equal to a square minus b square. So here I will apply the identity of a square minus b square. So this will become x by 2 whole square minus y upon 5 plus 1 whole square. Now definitely I have to expand this, so x square by 4 over here. Now this is a plus b whole square, so here I have to apply identity of a square plus b square plus 2ab. So a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b. Now with the help of this minus sign, definitely all the term over here will become negative. So minus y square upon 25 minus 1 minus 2y upon 5. So this is my final answer. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so I hope you noted down this. Okay, now what I'm doing, next question, I'm just making a small change in the existing question. Over here, instead of minus, I'm taking plus. Okay, now try to solve this. Okay, if you observe carefully, in the third one, here there was negative. Now I'm making changes over here only. Instead of minus sign, I took it as positive. Now try to find the product. Okay, so let us see how to, again as I told you, definitely we are not going to multiply term to term. We have to adjust the given expression in such a way so that we can get an identity. So very first step I do write x by 2 plus 1 minus y upon 5. Okay, in this way. And over here x by 2 plus 1 plus y upon 5. Okay, just I took this one over here. Okay, so now this is a minus b and this is a plus b, isn't it? This first bracket I can say represents a and this represents b. Over here again this represents a and this represents b. So now sign between them is minus and here it is positive. So a minus b, a plus b should give you a square minus b square. So next step I do write x by 2 plus 1 whole square minus y upon 5 whole square. Okay, so now again definitely I have to expand this. So a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b minus y square upon 25. This 2 and 2 I can cancel. So here I can write my final answer x square by 4 plus 1 plus x minus y square upon 25. Okay, so no need to write this a and b. This is just for your understanding. Even though if you are writing over here, then do write with pencil so that you can rub it on later after completing the solution. So note it down. Then we'll see the next one. Okay, so let us see the next one. Okay, now for fifth one, again I am making a very small change over here. I am taking this as plus and this as minus. Okay, in the very first one, both were negative. In the next one, I took this as positive, this I kept as it is. Now, I am saying with respect to the first one, this is negative and this is positive. Now, see how will be, how you are going to solve this. So, again, I am giving you some time to think over this and then I will give you its solution. Okay, so this one is quite easier. Clearly, it gives you first two term as A minus B, then A plus B directly. But still, uh, in first step, I do write that in a manner so that it gives you clearly that which identity we should apply. So this is A minus B, and over here A plus B. Okay, this is A plus B. A minus B, A plus B. Not 2, actually it is 1. Okay, so simply this is actually A and this is B. 1 is B. This is A and this is B. Plus sign, minus sign. So again A minus B, A plus B. That means I can apply the identity of A square minus B square. So let us see if I apply that. See, only thing is there this adjusting the side. That means to write the given expression so that it gets fit in a form and identity. After that, just we are applying the identity. So A square minus B square. So x square by 4 plus y square by 25 plus 2 into A into B, and here minus 1. So this gives you x square by 4 plus y square by 25. 2 and 2 cancel, that is xy upon 5 minus 1. Okay, so please note it down. Then we will see the next one. Okay, now let us see the next one. Okay, now again I am making a small change over here. Instead of this plus, I am taking it minus. Now think over this, that how you will write the given expression so that it gets fit in a form of an identity, and then according to that identity try to solve it further. Okay, so let us see how to write this in such a way so that it gets fit in an identity. See, these two are positive and over here sign is negative. So definitely we can't take these two as A. Okay, as this is not A, so it doesn't matter whether the remaining term can be considered as B or not. Okay, now if I take these two as B, so this cannot be taken as A. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. See, this is x by 2 plus y upon 5 minus 1, and this I can write x by 2 minus, if I take minus sign common, this will become like this, isn't it? Now you can see definitely the first one is A and the next one is B. X by 2, x by 2, that is A. Y upon 5 minus 1, y upon 5 minus 1, B. Middle sign positive, middle sign negative, that is A plus B into A minus B. Now you might get confused that how this becomes, see, do in the reverse direction. If you multiply, if you open the bracket, because of this negative sign, first term will become negative. Yes, it is negative. And because of this negative sign, this negative term will become positive. That means if you open the bracket, you will get the same thing. So here I took minus sign common such that this b become y upon 5 minus 1, and it is also same over here. So here again I can apply the identity of a plus b into a minus b. So this will become a square, that is x square by 4, a square minus b square, that is y upon 5 minus 1 whole square. Okay, so this is x square upon 4 minus here y square upon 25 plus b square minus 2 into y upon 5 minus, multiplied by 1. So ultimately my answer will be x square by 4 minus y square upon 25 minus 1 plus 2y upon 5. This is my final answer. So please note it down. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, this is from page number 111, example number 4. Question is, evaluate the following using identities. Evaluate the following using identities. Now in this we'll start from the second one. 102 multiplied by 98. 102 multiplied by 98. Okay, we have to find this product but using the identity, not just by multiplying. Okay, so if you observe these two numbers, you will find these two numbers are equally less or more than another number. That means you can see this is 2 more than 100 and this is 2 less than 100. And we can take another example. For example, if I take 47, if I take 68 and 72, so this again 2 less than 70, it is 2 greater than 70. So you will find the given numbers, if the given numbers are equally less or more from another number, then this 102 I can write 100 plus 2, isn't it? And this I can write 100 minus 2. As soon as I write 102 in this way and 98 in this way, I'll get one identity. A plus B, A minus B, that is A square minus B square. So here I do write 100 square minus 2 square, that is 10,000 minus 4. Now 10,000 minus 4 is 9,996. Okay, so this is our final answer. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Now let us see one more, another one. This is the third one. It is 0.99 whole square. Okay, it is 0.99 whole square. So again you can see this is near to 1, isn't it? It is 0.1 less than to the 1. Now if you are getting confused with this decimal, you can write like this, 99 upon 100. Okay, now definitely I can say 99 is 1 less than the 100. That it means this 0.99 is 0.1 less than the 100. Okay, both the ways are correct. So this I can write 1 minus 0.01 whole square. Okay, so definitely which identity we can apply? A square plus B square minus 2AB. Okay, so A square plus B square minus 2 into A into B. Okay, so this is 1 plus 0.0001 minus 0.02. So first you have to add these two, and from that you have to subtract 0.02. So try to get this sum and this difference ultimately. Okay, so this will become 1.0001 minus 0.02. So this will give you okay, this will be our final answer, 0.9801. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll come to the next question. Okay, so now we'll come to the next category of the questions. Example number 5. Okay, very important questions. These type of questions are, okay, here given x plus 1 upon x is given. Okay, question is, if x plus 1 upon x is equal to 5, then find the value of x square plus 1 upon x square as well as x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4. Okay, we have to find the values of these two. Okay, x square plus 1 upon x square and x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4. So let us see how to solve this. Okay, see, over here we can understand in this way that here power of x is 1, here power of x is 1, here power of x is 2, here power of x is 2. So I will say this expression in which power of x is greater than this. Okay, so in other words I can say if a smaller expression, I will say this is a smaller expression as compared to this. Okay, in my language this is smaller expression as compared to this. So whenever this type of condition is given, that means the value of a smaller expression is given and you have to find the value of greater expression, then you have to start with the smaller one. You have to start with the given value. Okay, so we'll start with this x plus 1 upon x equal to 5. This is the very first thing that you have to understand. For example, if I need to find this is a greater expression with respect to this. So to get this, we must have this. Okay. Now this is the one thing. Another thing, here we have square, here we have square. So this also gives as one hint that there might be the use of a plus b whole square because there is a square. Okay, this is the one thing. Another thing, that if I square this, definitely first two terms will be this. If you square x plus 1 upon x, then first term and the second term will be this only actually, isn't it? Definitely third term will be 2ab, 2 into x into 1 upon x, but this also gives you a hint that you have to start by squaring it, because we need to find this, we have this, and we also can observe that here power is 2, which we will get if we square it. So we have to start with that only. That means after writing this, the very first step, I'll make square of both sides. Okay, whenever we have to make square, cube, or whenever we have to add something, multiply something, we have to do on both sides. So here I can say squaring both sides. Now here you have to apply the identity of a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b. Okay, this dot represents the multiplication, and if you are getting confused, you can apply the multiplication sign also. Now 5 square is 25. Now this x and x I can cancel, and this actually I need x square plus 1 upon square. So almost I got my answer. Okay, plus 2 is equal to 25. Now I take 2 on that side, I will get the required answer. So x square plus 1 upon x square is equal to 23. So this is my answer. So again I will repeat the thing, that whenever a smaller expression is given and you have to find the greater one, that means when we have to go from smaller to greater, when smaller is given, okay, this is given and that is to be asked, then what we have to do, we have to start with the given. We'll also see when this type of thing is given and we need to find, then we'll start with this. Okay, we'll come to that type of question as well, but over here simply if a smaller is given and greater we have to find, we'll start from the smaller. And when we start from the smaller, then sometimes we have to make square, sometimes we have to make cube, and that depends on the expression. If power is 2, you have to make a square. If power is 3, then you have to make cube. So I hope this is clear to you. Now with respect to this expression, that is x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4, this is but always smaller. Okay, it means to obtain this we have to start from this. Okay, so now we'll start from the expression, that is x square plus 1 upon x square is equal to 25. That means, suppose in this question, if they are not asking you this, they are simply asking you to find this, then definitely to obtain this you need this first. It is quite possible that they directly ask this value So to obtain this value, first you need this value. That means you have to go through this process to obtain the value of this expression. Okay, so now x square plus 1 upon x square is equal to 23. That is given. As I told you, whenever you need a greater expression, value of greater expression, you have to start with the smaller one. And after that, either you have to make a square or you have to make cube. That depends on the expression whose value you actually need to find. Now, again, here you can see that if I square this, definitely first two term will be this, isn't it? Square of x square is x is to 4, square of this is this. Definitely there will be one extra term, but by doing a square we will get this expression as well. That means now next what I have to do, squaring both sides once again. Okay, so this gives you x raised to 4. Okay, a square plus b square plus 2 to 2b is equal to 23 square, that is 529. Now over here you must remember the squares, otherwise it will waste your time. Now x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4. Now over here again you can cut x square, 2 is equal to 529. So x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4 is equal to this 2 will come over here. So here I will get 527. So this is the value of x raised to 4 plus 1 upon x raised to 4. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So please note it down. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so now note down your homework. Page 110111, example 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is your homework. Okay, please note it down. Okay, so this is all about this lecture. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you.